Boom! It's your boy Jimmy. Oh, whoa, no, 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 no. Straight from y'all, street to Wall Street. Anybody tells you that money is the root of all evil doesn't have any. Whoa, no. Dude, wake up, get that girl hyped up just to get a little bit. The only woman in the morning wanna turn on his Becky quick. While the average man's looking at curves like she fine as heck. I'm over here looking at tails and wicks like buy or sell. I left the chaos for the market. Nah, I don't want a street spot, I want a stock pick. I know the style got flair, trigger my stop losses, but I ain't got time for distractions. My Vivo with PFs crossing, rich with high trades, I'm pushing high keys, straight to G's and plans to make grand. Still in my tank top, Batman pajamas, house slides in about 5 hot picks of the day, cause I like the way the dial moves. For hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottom. Now I know some folks don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my Mac day? You see we're different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dogs, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, I grow with the market. Waking up with the future, stacking up some commas. I jump out of bed, make profit, eat my bacon and eggs, make profit, light up watching them candles, make profit, while I'm still in my sandals, making profit. They used to watch me move dance, roll style, now I watch moves in the Nasdaq. Used to run from the ATF and the car, now I run down ETF and make profit. I jump out of bed, make profit, eat my bacon and eggs, make profit, while I'm watching them candles, while I'm still in my sandals, making profit. See me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. He said today I'm taking the risk, they got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call the short squeeze. You get the drop, she pulls the trigger and shuts it down. If she stays on my watch list, I might have to keep her, but I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Go ahead, be bold. Trader, get your squad head. I'll double top that guy, head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over, cause I see big moves in contracts. If I say I made 1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get calls, get split, get delisted and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, eat my bacon and eggs, light up watching them candles, while I'm still in my sandals. They used to watch me move them packs, bro, stop it. Now I watch moves in the Nasdaq, profits. Used to run from the ATF and the cops, now I run down ETFs. Hey, my plug that we don't trade. Right on what we do, man. Hey, Prada, Suge, Mike. What we doing, dog?
Make profit.
That TTG money gang.
We making profit.
We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks, guys? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend, but are ready to get down to business. I know we've got a short holiday week coming up, but there's so much uncertainty out there that we've got to make sure that we set aside some time tonight on this Sunday evening so that we can game plan and talk about just exactly how we are going to make money this week. Okay, yes. I know Thanksgiving is on Thursday. The markets are closed. I think we have a half day on Friday afterwards on Black Friday, but that means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and a half day Friday of some money-making opportunities. And the volatility that we have in this market, the size of the moves that we've just experienced in the middle of what has been the biggest pullback that we've seen this year since that April sell-off with all the tariff announcements, the volatility has really opened up big time. You got stocks making huge moves. And I do not see that slowing down this week just because we have the holiday. If anything, it might even exaggerate those moves as you get closer to the holiday because the volume and the liquidity might be a little bit lower, which means you get even bigger moves throughout the course of the week. So let's dive in. Let's talk about how we're going to make some money this week. So what's up, guys? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Before we go any further, I want to get right into this. Let's get this part out of the way, okay? For those of you that are new here, and there's a lot of you guys that are new here, most of you, I'm going to attribute the new people we have on the stream. I'm going to attribute it to the volatility and to Adam's awesome YouTube shorts that he's been putting out and the different posts. But we got a lot of new subscribers this month. I think we have almost around 15,000 new subscribers to the True Trading Group YouTube channel. So for those that don't know me, my name is Michael Edward Paranati. I'm an award-winning hedge fund trader. I received the Trader of the Year award from T3 Alpha Fund in 2008. 2008 was a crazy year. It was a crazy year because while you had the great financial crisis and the Great Recession and the stock market crash and companies like Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers were going out of business, some kid from Jersey was winning a Trader of the Year award. It's a crazy world that we live in, but in fact, that is the truth, okay? But for those of you that are new on this live stream, let's get this right out of the way early. I am 1,000% going to try to sell you on a membership to True Trading Group. In fact, for those that don't know, that is one of the main reasons why we do these live streams. Now, I could sit here and I could just sit here and I can just lie to you. And I can tell you that we're here because we love everybody and we want everybody to succeed and we want everyone to do well all the time. But then that would be a lie. See, I believe anyone that wants to put in the effort, the time, the energy to gain access to the tools that they need, the community that they deserve, and the overall resources to help them improve and to get closer to their goals, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to support those people. I'm going to support that 100%, 110%. This live stream is our attempt to find those people. That is what this is. Okay. Am I on some noble crusade? No, I'm not. I own a business. True Trading Group is a business. Okay. We have nearly 11,000 members in 115 different countries. Okay. We have about 30 employees. Within this business that is True Trading Group, you give us money and then we give you back the most real, tangible, within reach shot that you're ever going to have to become successful at this and being in the markets. That's the truth. That's the exchange that is made. And we're pretty damn good at what we do. 6 years running, we're 4.5 stars out of 5 on Trustpilot with nearly 3,000 reviews. We've had tens of thousands of trials and members come through True Trading Group. And over half of our members have now been with us for longer than 3 years. We have a 70% retention rate, meaning you sign up today, in 1 year, there's a greater than 70% chance that you are going to stay with True Trading Group and you're going to pay for another membership for the year. You might want to ask yourself why that probably is. I know that if I was continuing to lose money on something, I wouldn't stick around and continue to pay for it. We also have less than a 2.5% refund rate. Honestly, the updated number on that is probably even lower than less than 2.5%. It might even be less than 2% at this point. Okay, but that part specifically is important. Okay, that refund part, that specifically is important because it allows us to flex a little bit at True Trading Group. Because at True Trading Group, when somebody joins TTG, we give them an opportunity for them to take my foot and put it right in my own mouth. meaning in writing, we offer you a double your money back guarantee. It clearly states whatever it is that you pay for a membership, okay, whatever the price is that you pay, as long as you log into our platform at least 50 times out of the 365 days there are in a year, complete our courses, and if in 1 year you are not able to make back the cost of your membership at least once, if you can't cumulatively make back at least one time the price that you paid, the cost that you paid to join, okay, you simply send us your trading records, and if it all checks out, we then send you back double what you paid to join this platform. Have we ever done this? Yes, of course we have. We do not have a 100% success rate, okay? That's why the stats that I gave you just a minute ago are so important. And just so you guys don't think that I'm up here just spewing nonsense, in case you didn't know, yes, members of True Trading Group are doing very well. By doing well, I tell you that members are making money. And at the end of the day, that's why we're all here on this live stream. And you know, I don't want you to believe me just because I say it. You shouldn't believe me just because I'm a guy on a YouTube channel. You should believe the members that actually are sitting here telling you for themselves. So let's ask them real quick. Members of True Trading Group, if you are a member, do me a favor, type the number 1 in chat if you're making money and you're becoming a better trader because of TTG. Just go ahead and type the number 1 in chat real quick. Anyone here that's not a member, I want you to pay close attention to how many people you see type the number 1, because all of these people that you're seeing typing the number 1 in chat, these are your peers. These are your friends or family members, your coworkers. If they can do this, then so can you. There's no reason why these people can make money and you can't. They're not luckier than you, and they sure as hell don't have more time than you. 82% of our members have a full-time job. If they can do it, so can you. I don't want to hear that excuse anymore. This isn't 2003, okay? The technology exists today that even if you were a truck driver on the road 14 hours a day, if you were up on top of a treetop cutting down tree limbs, you can do this. I use those 2 examples specifically because I think that would be pretty difficult for somebody to trade if those two jobs were your profession, if you were a tree cutter or if you were a truck driver. But yet we have several truck drivers and tree cutters that are members of True Trading Group. That's why I use those 2 specifically as an example. So yes, welcome to True Trading Group's what we like to call edumercial. Yes, you will be tempted to be sold. But yes, if you stick around, you're also going to learn something that can very potentially help you make money as early as tomorrow. I have a question for everybody that's on this live stream real quick. How many of you, this is a question for everybody, how many of you right now are super confident that we are going to go straight up in the market for the rest of the year? That inflation's coming down, we're going to go straight up, and it's all going to be amazing, and there's a lot of certainty around what's going to take place next. How many people feel that way? And don't be shy. If you do feel that way, let me know. You can just type me, type I. Okay. Okay, so not a whole lot of people. This was not a trick question, right? It was simply for me to prove a point, right? Simply for me to prove a point. We're in a time of great uncertainty right now. At a time where most people traditionally and normally starting in around mid-October and running through the end of January, this is the time where people in general, and guys, just make sure you guys are watching this video live. Click the word live down there at the bottom left of your screen. You should see a red dot next to the word live. So go ahead and click the word live. Make sure that you guys see a dot next to the word live to make sure that you guys are watching this in real time. Okay. So normally, like I said, starting in mid-October and running through kind of the end of January, this is a time where people in general, what do people do around this time? Okay. What are they experiencing around this time? And I'll tell you, they're experiencing enhanced stress. Stress, they have to budget around the holidays. They got to buy presents. They got to go on trips. They got to travel to go see family. How about now? Can you guys hear me now? All right, good, perfect. Let's see. So where'd you guys lose me? Where'd you guys lose me is the question. Probably around October. You guys lost me around October. All right. All right. So let me go back. Let me go back and kind of go back to what I was saying. Starting usually around mid-October, right? I don't know if you guys heard me talk about the summer. Anything before mid-October, to me, it's all just summer. I don't think anybody really thinks about anything during the summer. But once you put that Halloween costume on, that's when everybody starts to stress. That's when everybody starts to think about, damn, the holidays are right around the corner, right? Kind of Halloween is like kind of the start of that. And you start to freak out about budgeting for the holidays. You got to buy presents. You're going to go on trips. You got to go travel to go see family. And this cycle of, oh, damn, I extended myself, right? And then you start to look back and get frustrated with where you're at because you had to extend yourself. And you start to do all the funny math. And you start to go through the woulda, shoulda, coulda stuff. And I'd say all of this starts around mid-October. Okay? Because what happens is you start thinking, and then you spend the money that you don't want to spend, and you become uncomfortable, and you do the things that you don't want to do, and then you feel the pressure that you didn't want to feel. But then if you're like most people, you start then putting it on yourself, and that pressure starts to build. And then you get the start of the new year, and you say to yourself, I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to do things differently this year. I don't like feeling the way that I felt around the holidays. I had too much stress around the holidays. This year, I'm going to do it differently. New year, new me. I'm not going to be in this position next year. I won't be. You know what? I'm not even going to be in this position 6 months from now. I'm going to make sure I don't have to feel and be part of this cycle over and over again. I want you guys to take a second and think about that, because a lot of people in here, not everybody's in that position. Some people are, much better off than others. I understand that. But a lot of people that are on this live stream, I want you to take a second, because a lot of people that are going to watch this live stream tonight can relate. They can relate, and they know that I'm telling the truth, and they almost feel like I'm speaking directly to them. Most people on this live stream are above the age of 18. I mean, you should be. Hopefully you are. If you're not, get off this live stream. Go do something else. But typically, our age demographic at True Trading Group, we do have a lot of members that are in their 20s, but for the most part, our member base is from like 35 to 70 years old. That's a very big gap. Okay? There's a lot of life experience that's mixed in there. And just as I have been guilty of this in the past, there are many people here that will tell you the same meaning, that everybody wants to change. Everybody wants to do it. They hype themselves up. They buy the clean food. They save a little bit of money. They start to schedule out. They get the nice calendar app on their phones. They can stay more organized. They talk to their friends and family to hold themselves accountable. Hell, you might even watch a Tony Robbins video or two. But guess what? The gym is always packed on January 2nd. And every day after January 2nd, it becomes a little bit less packed, and a little bit less packed, and a little bit more less packed. As much as we are the main character in our own movies, we're not special, guys. And the same thing that you've been telling yourself year after year inside of the cycle, it's not going to be different this year. And is what I'm telling you right now, is this a sales tactic? Maybe. Maybe it is. I hope it works. But just because it's a sales tactic doesn't mean that it's not true. Maybe it's the first time that you've ever heard somebody or had somebody use that and offer you something of great substance in return at the same time, because that's exactly what I have. Something of great substance to offer to you. The truth is, you're never going to feel ready or have the money or the time that you feel that you need or the support that you need. It's never going to make sense in the moment. But the same way that you're about to overextend yourself on credit for that PS5 or that piece of jewelry, now is the time to take care of yourself. Because just like you, every single year, There's a great uncertainty right now in the markets. There's a great uncertainty in the economy as a whole. Nothing's written in stone at this moment. There is no clear path of direction. We're getting to the finish line of what started back in the end of 2019, the very early months of 2020. We are approaching the finish line of when this all started. We're seeing the finish line play out. And let me tell you something. I'm sorry. Honestly, seriously, I'm sorry if you are somebody that entered the markets in 2020 or 2021 and you got sucked into the meme stock mania, the hodl, all this crap while you had the additional money, while you had all of that additional time. I'm sorry that you experienced that. I'm sorry that you fell for that. But that stuff was never real. And every time that I ever said anything about trying to warn people about that environment on this live stream in 2020 and 2021, I got a ton of criticism for it. I got a ton of criticism for it from people on the live stream that didn't realize I've been doing this for 20 years. I didn't just open up a Robinhood account during 2020 and stumble upon a GME call option or an AMC call option. And even through all of that criticism during that time, I stuck to my guns. I told everybody not what they wanted to hear, but I told everybody what I thought they needed to hear to have the very best chance of not just making money in the short term, but making money in the long term consistently and building wealth. Because that's what the stock market allows you to do if you understand how to take part in it correctly. What followed for everybody that survived that environment has literally been nothing short of just straight building wealth. I'm not talking about making a quick buck. Can you make a quick buck? Sure. You don't need me or True Trading Group to make a quick buck. Go to Vegas, put your money on red or black. Good luck. You don't need us for that. What I'm talking about is consistency. I'm talking about whether we get a rate cut in December or not. Whether unemployment goes to 5% or not. Whether the stock market goes straight up into the end of the year or straight down into the end of the year, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because what I'm offering you is a chance to be completely independent of any of those things and the outcome of any of those things, to not have any of those events, any of those catalysts impact your financial well-being. A catalyst that you have absolutely no control over, having a major impact and handle over your entire life. That's what I'm offering to you. Your boss is making a cutback on giving out bonuses and raises because maybe AI can do the job a little bit more efficient. Cool. I'm going to show you guys how to make your own bonus so you can tell your boss to stick it wherever you want him to stick it. Do you feel stressed about uncertainty? Great. I'm going to show you how to remain confident in yourself because we don't only are going to make money if the markets go up, we also make money when the markets go down. On the day the markets went down on Thursday, we had a 1,000% gain inside of True Trading Group. A 1,000% gain on put options on Thursday. Thursday was the big sell-off day when everybody was running around with their hair on fire. A 1,000 trade of the year. It is hands down easily trade of the year. 1,000% gain on Micron put options, executed, alerted prior, during, and after by one of our moderators, Shai Martin. 1,000% gain. Tell me what that 1,000% gain could have done for you. All this uncertainty right now that there is, are they going to cut? Are they not going to cut? Is the job market going to get worse? Is it going to get better? Is inflation going to go back up? Is it not going to go back up? Is there going to be a recession? Is the AI bubble going to pop? Is Michael Burry right? None of it matters. It doesn't matter. Do you understand the freedom that brings you? Do you understand the alleviation of stress that you will feel when those things do not matter? That's what we're talking about. You can't tell me you're not stressed. You can't tell me all this uncertainty and all the stuff you're reading on social media is not stressing you the F out. But what I'm talking about right now is something that will allow you to see no impact in a negative way versus whether any of those catalysts we just spoke about go one way or the other. Because as long as the stock market is open, we can make money. Stock market doesn't have to go up. It can go down too. Doesn't have to go up for us to make money. It can go down too and we can make money. Hence, 1,000% gain on Thursday. I know what I believe should happen, right? I believe the Fed should cut rates in December because I believe it's the right thing to do. That's what I believe. But just because I believe that doesn't mean that I'm right, that they're going to cut rates. I believe they should. I think it's the right thing to do. I think they should cut rates. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to over leverage and over position myself ahead of that. And because that is my expectation. Because if they don't cut, I'll say, okay, well, I believe that's a mistake. If they don't cut on December 10th, I believe that's a mistake. But I'm still going to make money on the direction that the market is going to go. And I think if they don't cut rates, the markets might go down. And I'm going to make money on that direction, whether they cut rates or not. Everybody is always most afraid and is most reserved during times of uncertainty. You hear about, oh, my friend's uncle's cousin lost their job. This person, my neighbor, lost their job. Maybe I lost my job. You know what, though? Everybody lost their job in 2020. Everybody was told to stay home. People were furloughed. And guess what? Electricity is still on. Everybody still has internet. You guys are on this live stream. You survived. You survived. Was it hard? Yes. For some, it was hard. For others, it was easier, depending on what industry you were in. But for many, depending on the industry that you were in, 2020 was very, very, very difficult. And so was 2021. But did you figure your way through it? Yes, you sure as hell did. And here you are now on a live stream in 2025, trying to figure out how to make money in the markets tomorrow. Most people figured out a way through. And they did that by taking action for themselves. People learned the hard way that nobody was coming to save them. Right? Your $600 stimulus check or the $1,000 stimulus check meant F all. What can that get you? It can help you survive for 2 weeks. Cool. That 1,000% gain, guys, it wasn't some penny stock. It was Micron, ticker symbol MU, put options. That's it. Simple. It wasn't this complex, over discussed thing that you're going to read about on social media. It was just, Shai thought the stock was going to go down. She bought put options. The thing went up 1,000%. Done. All within a matter of about 3 hours. Bought the put, and I think within about 3 hours of it was up 1,000%. Between right now and the end of the year, okay, it might not feel like it, but even this week, I mean, how many people, honestly, this isn't, a rhetorical question. How many people would an extra $1,000 this week, or an extra $500 this week, or an extra $2,000 this week in your pocket? Would that make a difference for some of you? Would that alleviate some of your stress? Not rhetorical. Seriously, $1,000 this week, $500 this week, $2,000 this week. Would that make a difference for some of you? Would that alleviate some of that stress? Of course it would. But that money doesn't just fall from the sky. That money's not just handed to you. Well, you also don't need to climb a ladder tall enough to touch the sky in order to get that money. It doesn't have to be this all life-consuming thing that you're trying to do. This isn't 2005. The technology and the resources exist today for you to be able to do this, regardless if you don't have time to sit in front of a computer screen all day long. You guys have to understand that True Trading Group is a fintech platform designed for people that are busy. We won the 2024 Benzing the Fintech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. We're nominated for 3 different awards this year. We were finalists for 3 different awards this year. We've helped thousands of people to make money on their terms by offering them the resources and the community to not have to give up their entire lives in order to make this work. For the members that we have at TTG, I think we crossed over 11,000 members from 115 different countries. It's done on their terms. It's done at their pace. So again, if you are new, I know this was maybe a bit long-winded to kind of get into all of this, and we're going to get into, I'm going to give you my picks for this week. I'm going to give you exactly what I think the market's going to do, the stocks that I'm focused on, the prices I'm going to get in them at. And we've got a pretty damn good track record. You're going to want to pay attention to this stuff. Okay, the moderators and I, it's not just me at True Trading Group. There's 8 other professional traders at TTG. We trade with you live. We share our screens. We're with you from the morning till after the close. We're 100% transparent. We show all of our wins, all of our losses. Okay, all of our trading is right on our website, fully transparent for everybody to see. We day trade, we spring trade, we cover long-term investing, we trade stocks, options, crypto, futures. We do it all inside of TTG. The moderators and I collectively, as a group, have a win rate of around 80%, now going on roughly 6 years. We track all of our entries, all of our take profits, all of our stop losses, every red, every green, every break-even trade is all broken down and calculated right there for you guys all to see. So you stick around. Everything that I just said to you is the cold hard truth, and many of you know deep down inside that it is. But if you're someone that's on here looking for a quick stock pick and you're like, just shut up, man, get to it, tell me what options to buy this week, then honestly, just sign up the live stream, go to Google or go to ChatGPT and just say, hey, what's a stock pick this week? And then just sign up, on Google. You go into that and just sign up for the first email newsletter that you find, and you'll save a whole bunch of time and you won't have to listen to anything it is. That I'm talking about here now. Make it real easy for you guys. Okay. So I'm curious to see, before I get into my stock picks here for this week, I'm going to give you guys my game plan of how I'm going to make money this week. Okay. We got a quick check-in on futures. We got a nice gap up on futures. Crypto bounced back over the weekend. Crypto's trading back in the mid 80s after a dip to 81. We'll see if that balance can hold. I'm a little skeptical still on crypto. We'll talk about that. But we got a nice little gap up here in the S&P. We're up around 0.4%, almost a half of a point to the upside here. So we are looking pretty good on the gap up here. But I would like to see how many people that we have on the live stream right now. I'd like to see how many of you are not members of True Trading Group. Can you guys do me a favor? If you're not a member, can you type the letters TTG in chat real quick, please? Again, just type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. I just want to see how many people we have on here that are not part of this community. Yes, Jacob goes, yo, we got level 3 charts now. We do. True Trading Group has. We are a real pioneer in this segment, though. We got Oreo, we got Noah, we got Roland, we got $1 Million. We got a Doughboy, Forrest, Dina, nice. Birdie Bull, what's up, man? Sode, Forrest, excellent. Excellent. All right, beautiful. Well, listen, those of you that are not members of True Trading Group, all of you that are typing the letters TTG, first, I want to welcome you to the live stream. I'm about to break down for you guys my watch list for this week. I'm going to give you the stocks I'm focused on with the prices I'm looking to get in them at, and then what needs to take place in order for me to change my mind. Okay? Because, like I said, I come into every week. I tell you, this is exactly what I think the markets are going to do. I don't play Monday morning quarterback. I tell you what I think. And sometimes I'm going to be wrong. I don't claim to be right 100% of the time. Okay? I'm right a lot, but there are also times that I am wrong. Okay, I do make red trades. That is part of this game. But I'm going to tell you what I think about this week, the stocks I'm focused on, and then what I will need to see to tell me it's time to change what I am looking at. All right, we're going to go over all of it right here, right now. Sandra, welcome. Kaye, welcome. Kadir, welcome. Okay, welcome, guys. All of you that are not members, welcome to True Trading Group. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me see something real quick. Let me see if I can do something real quick for you guys. Those of you that are not members. I'm checking. Hold on one second, guys. I might have something special for you guys that are not members. I'm just checking to see something real quick. Okay. Okay. All right, guys, here's the deal. We got Vic. What's up? Unicorn, how are you? I like it. All right, here's the deal. All right, that's not as many as I thought. It's better than nothing, but it's not as many as I thought. Okay, here's the deal. I know with the holidays coming up and everything, what we are trying to do here at True Trading Group, I'm trying to get you guys. Here's the deal. We have eight brand new 15.5-inch Acer laptops. I thought we had more than that, but we have 8. I thought we had 15, but I think some people signed up over the weekend that grabbed them. Yeah, okay, so we only have 8. I'm being told we only have 8. Yeah, we have 8. All right, so here's the deal. The next 8 people that join True Trading Group, I'm not kidding, we're going to give you a brand new 15.5-inch Acer Aspire laptop. Okay, it comes to AMD Ryzen, AMD Radeon graphics, sick laptop. Okay, it's totally free. You guys can go to ttgoffer.com and see it. That's the laptop right there, ttgoffer.com. The next 8 people that join will get that laptop included free. Okay, it's verified to run on True Trading Group's ecosystem. Comes with Windows 11. The shipping is totally free. Okay, shipping is totally free. You go to ttgoffer.com. Let's see. Beat Crown Entertainment goes, TTG is special. There's no other way to put it. As long as you listen and learn, you're going to make money. 1,000,000% worth it. I don't work for them. I'm just always impressed by their operation. I really appreciate you saying that, Beat Crown Entertainment. That's nice of you. I do. I do appreciate that. If the stock market were a matrix, TTG would be the red pill and Mike and Adam would be Neo and Morpheus. I like that too. I appreciate the comments, guys. But there are only 8 of these laptops. It's a great gift for the holidays, or maybe if you need one for work or your kid needs one for school, whatever. Oh, you know what? Take the laptop, sell it on eBay. I don't care. Use the money for something else during the holidays. But this is just a little something extra that we've got here for the next 8 people that join. You go to ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included with your membership. You can join an entire year membership of TTG for just $997. That includes the free laptop, and it also includes the double your money back guarantee that I mentioned to you earlier. The double your money back guarantee, it's right there in writing on our website. You join TTG, you pay $997 for the year, you get the free laptop, and if you complete our courses, sign into our platform 50 times throughout the 365 days of your membership, and actually execute trades with real money, if you are unable to make the $997 back cumulatively at least once, you can't do that at least one time, we're going to refund you back, not just the $997, we're going to give you back $1,994. This is how we give you an opportunity to take my foot and shove it directly into my own mouth. This is how confident we are in the platform that we've built. This is how confident we are in the member success that we see amongst our group. We have a retention rate that's over 70% and a refund rate that is less than 2.5. It's why I have no problem offering a double your money back guarantee. If our refund rate was 12%, I wouldn't be able to do this because we would go out of business if we were refunding 24% of the money that we were collecting in revenue. Okay? But we don't. It's less than 2.5% of the people that do not qualify. Less than 2.5% of people that qualify for this double your money back guarantee. Okay, ttgoffer.com. It's all there. Using Mari AI. Mari is the persona of our AI system. Mari AI is like taking candy from a baby, says David Harrington. I mean, if you're serious about trading and want to learn with no BS, this is the place, says Birdie Bull. When you guys join, you are going to get access to Mari. Mari is the AI trading assistant that you guys that received the Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. This is your personal AI trading assistant. It's available to you 24/7. Ask it questions, get trade ideas, analyze charts, whatever. Get personalized insight for you. The AI is customized for you, the individual. You share information with it. What is your risk tolerance? What are your strengths, your weaknesses? What's your trading style? What's your experience level? And you will get tailored responses and guidance for you specifically. Okay. You, of course, are going to get access to our trading chat room where the mods and I share our screen and trade with you live every day. You get all the real-time market data that we get through our partnerships with Benzinga, TradingView, the Nasdaq, Unusual Whales, Data Bento. You guys get access to all of this information. Okay. All of our professional charting tools you get access to. The educational library, that's all of our courses. It's a simplified version of the training that I received when I worked at the fund in New York. You get access to our entire global trading community, now 11,000 members from all over the world. You get access to TTG Social, which is True Trading Group's own social media platform. It's all the stuff you love about social media without all the stuff you hate. No politics, no spam, no bots, no crypto scams. Everybody you're talking to on that platform is a verified member of True Trading Group. Share charts, talk about trade ideas, analysis, build accountability groups, build relationships, and make friends. You get access to the mobile apps, of course, and all of this starts immediately. It's $9.97 for the whole year. You get the free laptop and the double your money back guarantee. Now, we do offer flexible payment options if you need them or if you would like them. The $9.97 is your best value by far, okay? But if you want to pay this off over 12 months, you could put $197 down today and pay $118 a month for the next 11 months. We also have a 90-day option. You put $397 down today, you pay $425 a month for the next 2 months. There's different payment plans available to you at the checkout. So select whichever one makes the most sense for you. Fill out your information, be on your way, and get your button chat tomorrow. Let's make some damn money together. If you choose one of the payment plans, just know this: you will not receive that free laptop until you have completed your payment plan. We're not stupid. You can't sign up for the 12-month plan, pay $197. We send you a brand new free laptop, and then you don't make your next payment, okay? And your membership just cancels. You've got to complete your payment, and then you'll get your free laptop. If you do the $997 plan, that means you're just paying $997 today. That's it. You're done. You don't owe us any more money for the rest of the year. You're going to get your laptop within 30 days if you live in the U.S., okay? If you live outside of the U.S., you're going to give it, we need just to tell you, give us at least 60 days. It'll most likely arrive there before that, but give us at least 60 days, okay? And you guys will get your brand new free laptop, all right? Again, that is ttgoffer.com. Go there. Everything on that page is included in your membership. If you have any questions at all, do not hesitate. Send us a text message. We want to hear from you. We're fully transparent. Anything you guys want to know, anything you're unsure about, anything you need help with, text us. The phone number is at the bottom of your screen, 1-888-621-2127. Again, that is 1-888-621-2127. That's 1-888-621-2127. Okay? Again, guys, ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included. Choose your payment option. You got the double your money back guarantee to give you peace of mind. And you got the free laptop. Okay? Any questions, just text that number. All right? Now, let's roll things on over to the charts. Let's talk about what we got cooking here for this week. Futures are still up. We've kind of just gone sideways for the last hour. On futures, we're up 0.42% on ES. So we are holding this initial gap up. What I will tell you as we come into the short holiday week is last week on Thursday and Friday, we tested a major support level. This major support level was held successfully on last week's attempt. That does not mean we do not test this level again. But what it does mean is since I saw a successful test and hold of a major support level last week, I'm going to initially come into this week with a bullish bias. You see this level drawn on my screen. Here it is. This support level has been in place for the last couple of months. What you'll notice is it was a double bottom support level in September. It was a double bottom support level in October. And now you have the chances of a double bottom support level in November. This time around in November, you have this little purple line you see on my screen, and that is the 100-day moving average. The last time you tested this level, you had this dark blue line. That was the 50-day moving average. We got down into this level. This is that huge sell-off reversal day, the day after NVIDIA's earnings. And we got down into that support level, and it looked like, my goodness, we were going to break that level. And then John Williams, New York Fed president, came on, made some comments Friday morning, and it got the market thinking again that we might see rate cuts on Friday. On Friday, he said this, but got the markets thinking we might see rate cuts on December 10th, the next Fed meeting. We do have to welcome Samantha and Ricardo. Guys, welcome Samantha and Ricardo. That means we only have 6 of these laptops now remaining. Again, we are down to now just 6 laptops. So they are first come, first serve. You'll know you're getting one if you see it on the checkout page. It does tell you how many laptops are remaining. So we have to welcome Samantha and Ricardo. There are 6 laptops remaining. The next 6 people to go to ttgoffer.com and join, you get the free laptop, and you guys get the double your money back guarantee. Text us if you have any questions. That's 1-888-621-2127. Okay? So back to the support level. There it is. You guys can see it now pretty clearly now that I've drawn it out for you. As long as we are above this level, I'm looking for this level to hold. I'm looking for us to get a little bit more of a bounce. Okay? Now, this gap up on futures helps me kind of think that. We'll see if this gap up holds into tomorrow. But if we wake up tomorrow morning and this gap up sticks and we're up, 0.5% or so, I am going to continue to look for more upside, and we're going to look for pullbacks to hold support and look for bounces. So if there is any pullback back down into 654 or so, we look for that level to hold, and we look for the markets to put in some type of structure and price candle that looks similar to what you guys see on my screen right here. Okay? So we are going to look for that level to hold. Now, what I said to you before was I will let you know what needs to happen in order for me to change this thought. A breach of Friday's low. A breach of Friday's low to me is a clear-cut short signal. The watch list that I'm going to give you now is assuming that this support level is going to hold, and we are going to get a little bit more of a bounce to the upside. We also do have to welcome Dean. Dean just joined. Guys, everybody welcome Dean. Dean's the newest member of the group. We now are only down to 5 of those laptops. Again, they are free. We do cover shipping. We do ship anywhere in the world. We have members from 115 different countries. So, Dean, welcome to the family. Again, guys, that is ttgoffer.com. All right. So the watch list I'm about to give you is dominated by long setups. There are a lot of stocks that tested major support levels on Friday, and they held. So with that major test and hold of support levels on Friday, I'm looking for a little bit more of a relief bounce after the market's experience of 5% pullback. And many of the stocks I'm about to tell you about have already pulled back 10, 15, 20, 25%. Okay, so we are looking for some of those stocks to, now that they held support levels, we're looking for them to bounce. I will erase that idea if Friday's low on the SPY gets taken out. Then I will flip everything over and I'll be looking at nothing but shorts. I want to make myself very clear about this. And now we have to welcome Andrew, guys. Andrew, welcome to the family. We are now down to 4 laptops. That is it. These are going. They're going quick. Why wouldn't they? They're free. People love free stuff. But honestly, don't join for the laptop. Don't join for the laptop. Join for the chance to actually make money in the markets, guys, and join the family of 11,000 traders from 115 different countries. That is TTG. All right. So Andrew, welcome to the family. Let's get things cooking right now. All right. Text us if you guys have any questions. All right, so we can delete this candle. Again, that's what I need to see in order for me to flip and go short. But for now, we're not doing that. All right, for now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the long side. Okay, so I am looking for the SPY to get back up into the high 660s. Call it 668. All right, we're looking for us to get up to 668 to start off the week. And we'll see where the rest of the week takes us. But I'm coming into this week with a slightly bullish bias, having held that major support level. Let's talk about some individual stocks. First up, we'll talk to you guys about two stocks that have been significantly weaker than other stocks that I'm going to add to my watch list. One of them was trade of the day from Friday from the watch list. We had on our watch list on Friday. One of our top trade ideas was long TEM off of 65 support. And that stock gave you a beautiful push into the low 70s. And I think we might see a little bit more upside here after a successful test and hold of a key support level there at 65. So if I take you guys to the daily chart, what you will start to notice is you have a beautiful level of structure here, support. Then it was resistance, then it was resistance, then you broke above it, and then it became support, right? So see that? So see how it holds support right there down at 65? So with nice little kind of not fully an engulfing candle, but you took back around 75% of the reversal from Thursday, and that's a bullish looking candle. So essentially what I'm looking for, guys, is for TEM to give me a little bit more. I'm looking for TEM to 75. Okay, I'm looking for TEM to get up here, test this 100-day moving average. We're looking for support around 70. I'm looking to be a buyer of TEM on pullbacks into 70. All right, I don't think we get back underneath like 68. And we're going to look for this to push up there towards 75. All right, that is going to be TEM after a successful test and hold of this 65 support level. That is TEM. And the other stock that has been significantly weaker than the other names that I'm going to show you guys on my watch list, and that one is Coinbase. Now, the reason why we are going through and we're going to talk about Coinbase right now is because crypto has bounced a little bit. Let's actually check on Bitcoin. Oh, yeah. We're now back above 87. Let's go. All right. So we're pushing back to 87. All right. So that is a nice little kind of bounce back there on crypto. And we have a nice little setup here for a bounce back on Coinbase to take us back to around maybe 260. Okay. We have a nice little hammer tail candle here on Friday. See that that's a hammer tail, right? That's a potential reversal candle. But I don't like hammer tails when they happen just in the middle of nowhere. You want them to happen at key support levels. Well, do we have a key support level here on Coinbase? You bet your ass we do. Okay. This is your support zone on Coinbase. You guys, I can pull this all the way back. Let me go back even further. I'll pull this all the way back even further and show you guys the structure here that you have. Okay. Look at all this structure here on Coinbase. Resistance. You gapped above it. You broke above it, pulled back in. Then it became support. You broke underneath it. Then it became resistance. Resistance. Then you broke back above it. Then it became support. Now you just dipped back inside of it. You dipped back inside, and then you got the hammer tail. Okay? So this is a clear area of structure, and you just got a potential reversal candle at an area of structure support with a bounce in crypto. I think that leads to a candle that looks like that on Coinbase. So what we are going to look for tomorrow is Coinbase. We're looking for longs around maybe 245. I don't think we really get back underneath 240. And we're looking for this to push into the 260s. All right, that is going to be Coinbase. We're looking for a dead cat bounce off of a potential reversal candle, little hammer at structured support with Bitcoin bouncing. We're looking for a move back to 260s there on Coinbase. Now let's switch on over to a couple of stocks that have been stronger than some of these others. And we're going to hit on one that I know is a fan favorite here on the YouTube channel, and that's the stock that's in the long-term portfolio, and it is SoFi. SoFi also has a reversal candle, also at a beautiful area of structured support. What you will see back here is resistance at 25, resistance at 25. You then broke above it, and then that area becomes support, and then it became support again, and now you dropped back into it, and it became support again. So what we're looking for here on SoFi, you guessed it, we're looking for SoFi back to around 26.5. Okay, we're looking to be a buyer at around 25, right? 25-ish, 25.5, 25. And we're looking for a nice little $1 to $1.50 move back to the upside, 26.5, $27 target. Stop losses 24.5 on SoFi. Next up, VRT. VRT, you are about to see another one of these major support level. Okay, there's resistance at 155. There's resistance at 155. There's resistance at 155. There's the break above it. Once you broke above 155, there is support. You pull back into it, and there is support at the 100-day moving average. That purple line lines up with now that price structure at 155. So what do? We look for a little bit more of a bounce. We're looking for VRT back into the high 160s. Support is 150 to 155. Okay. 150 to 155. I personally don't really think we get below 154, 155. I don't think you have to give it back to 150. But I think this has room maybe to 166, 167. That is VRT. Next up, we have AppLovin. Another. You're starting to see the similarities, right? Hammertail. Okay, hammertail occurring where? At a major support area. There's your previous resistance around 500. There's your previous resistance around 500. You gapped above it, rallied it, then you pulled back, and here's this 100-day moving average coming into play again. You're seeing the similarity in all the setups that I'm bringing to your attention. It is a successful test and hold of a major support level, often involving the 100-day moving average with a hammertail reversal candle. Thank you, Mari AI, for that. Okay. Thank you, Mari AI, for that. So what I'm looking for, okay, what I'm looking for on APP is longs around 525, and we're going to look for AppLovin to just pop back up into the 540s. All right. We're going to look for it to pop back up into the 540s. That's AppLovin. Another one, we're going to talk about HUD8. You're seeing the similarities. HUD8, resistance, broke above it. Support. Right? So again, just like everything else, we're looking for a little bit more upside. We're looking for a HUD8 up to around $37.5 to $38. Okay? $37.5 to $38. We're going to try to see if there are buy points around 35. And then last but not least, let me go back to the Coinbase. The only way I'm going to take this Coinbase trade is if Bitcoin holds 85K. If Bitcoin gets back underneath 85K, I probably stay away. I probably stay away from Coinbase. And then last but not least, I'm going to give you guys another ticker symbol. This is not a ticker symbol that is on my day trade or swing trade. Well, it might be on my, you can put on your swing trade watch list, but it might be time to buy some Target in the long-term portfolio. We got to see how Target acts this week, but if Target gets back above 90, I think it's time to buy some Target in the long-term portfolio. And let me just show you guys why real quick. Target had earnings last week. They weren't good. The stock broke support, okay? And as soon as it broke that support level, the very next day, it took it right back. And if we confirm hold the mid-80s, and what confirms it, we break back above 90, then I think it's time to add Target in the long-term portfolio, because the 85 zone is a massive, massive support level. As I zoom this all the way out, I have to go back to a weekly chart. And if you guys see on a weekly chart, that takes me, I can go all the way back to 2015. You go back to 2015, there's your resistance in the mid 80s. There's your resistance again in 2016 in the mid 80s. There's resistance in 2018 in the mid 80s. There's resistance in 2019 in the mid 80s. Then in 2019, you broke above it. During the COVID crash of 2020, you pulled back into the mid 80s and it became support. And then you rallied all the way up to 270. You've then come all the way back down. I don't own Target. I own Walmart and Costco. I don't own Target. But with this price action, we pulled back into the mid 80s in April. We held the April lows. Then we pulled in there in September. We held. We pulled into the mid 80s in October and we held. And then in November, we just had earnings and we briefly broke underneath it. And then now we got this big tail happening at this level. And now you're back above it. If you see on a weekly chart, Target does this, I think that's a buy. And I think you might see Target kind of just give you a relief bounce that in the long-term portfolio can take you back maybe up towards 110, 120, and give you a nice little pop from there. Honestly, even if it's not, in the long-term portfolio, maybe at least a swing trade off that level that you can hold on to maybe for a couple of weeks. I think that is a big enough level that's being tested. And if I get a confirmation signal that we are going to hold above that 85 and we really get back above 90, I think the stock is good enough long to take you to 100, maybe 105 for a short-term swing. Now, if it gets back underneath like 83, 84, then forget about it. But these are some stocks that I'm paying attention to coming into this week. Like I said, we've got this gap up here on Sunday evening with futures. We are still up. We're just going sideways. We're still up, 0.45, 0.46% on ES as we're just kind of trading sideways here. All right. But that's it, guys. That's kind of the game plan here to start the week. Like I said, I'm leaning bullish because of the gap up and because of that support level holding. If this gap up is reversed overnight, if we wake up tomorrow and we are red, if we break back underneath Friday's low, I'm flipping things. I'm going short. I'm staying short. I think we probably have 10 to 15 points of downside on the SPY if we break underneath Friday's low. Okay. So if you break underneath Friday's low, I think there's probably 10, 15 bucks of downside on the SPY. I'll be short multiple different positions if that happens. But until that happens, I'm leaning slightly bullish coming into the short holiday week. With that being said, that wraps things up for me. I'm going to head out. Guys, if you have not yet done so, go to ttgoffer.com. Everything you see on that page is included. Free laptop included. Double your money back guarantee included. Everything on that page, the AI, the courses, the chat room, the mobile app, all of it included. Any questions, text us 1-888-621-2127. Have a great rest of your night. Subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. Show some love. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Take care.